Hey, what did you everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're just having a great day. So we actually already picked up what I'm going to be showing you guys. We're just going to pretend that I haven't yet. But basically, the other day I was talking to my buddy Mike about how I wanted to start processing my own beef. Now, for everybody who's been following the channel, you guys know that we do raise cattle out here. Most of them are of the Angus variety. We do have a couple dairy cows that just give off awesome milk. We did add some Texas Longhorns that we're still trying to figure out what to do with them, but they're just super awesome. Now, the reason that I've never attempted to process my own beef is, one, the tools are super expensive to do that. Industrial food grade anything is just ridiculously expensive. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. And probably the bigger reason number two, is there's a lot of learning that goes into it, and I honestly have no idea what I'm even doing. So that's probably the big two reasons why I've never attempted it, but today that's all gonna change. We're gonna go look at something that I've had my eye on for a very long time. We're gonna be picking up a Butcher Boy meat bandsaw. Now, for anybody who is familiar with what those are, they're super expensive. A good used one's like $4 to $5 grand. A new one, the B16 model, I think they're $8,000 to $10,000. They're crazy expensive. And we're picking one up today that my buddy Mike actually was the one who like masterminded all of this. He didn't directly find it on Facebook Marketplace, but he was buying some other stuff from this lady who was selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace. She had it, and he instantly thought of me, and it wasn't up for sale yet, but I got a hold of her, and long story short, I picked it up yesterday. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of backtrack a little bit. We'll show you guys us picking this thing up, unloading it, and I have not actually worked on it yet. I haven't even tried to get it started. We got it unloaded, and I had to bounce. So anyways, that's what we got going on today. I'm super excited about it. I'm actually looking at it right now. You guys will get to see it in just a little bit. But if it does work, it's gonna make for a really cool project because I wanna restore it. It is pretty rough around the edges, but hope you guys enjoy this video. As always, there may be something else that makes its way into it. Like we're just about to finish our little mini pasture for our jerseys. So we're super excited about that. But hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's go ahead and jump into it and let's roll. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. All right, guys, well, we got it all loaded up. Sketchy first. I'll tell you what, guys, that gantry crane, I just absolutely love that thing. We had to like mess around a little bit trying to figure out how to rig this thing up. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys why I'm so bummed out right now. I paid $250 for this entire unit. $465. That's almost double what I paid for the entire thing. All right, we got the master over here. He's looking this thing over. We're on our way to go look at and hopefully pick up like the mother of all barn finds. I'm so excited to go grab this thing. I'm about 95% sure we're gonna pick it up. The price is definitely right, but I'm super excited to go check this thing out. It could turn into a pretty awesome restoration project. It's something that we need out at the ranch. We're starting to piece together all of the odds and ends to actually process our own beef because I'm tired of paying people to do it. But hopefully this thing's as rad as I think it is. They're super heavy. They're about 500 pounds. Hoping we don't have any issues getting it into the back of my truck. She does have a tractor, so that should aid in the process, but I may be calling my buddy Jason to come help. I have no idea what's gonna be going on. Hopefully it goes well. All right, so it's a little rough around the edges, but I think we're gonna take it. Could definitely use like a good sanding, a good paint job. So we're gonna see how well this goes right now. We're gonna try and put it on that platform, and then we'll get it all situated, lift it up, and I'll back up to it, and then hopefully just wheel it into my truck. To right here.
Okay.
You just lift up real slow and I'll give it the final. Just stop me when I'm like that far away from
you. Don't think it's gonna flip?
Yeah. Easy.
Okay. Only feel like that. I gave you a little. So do you want to get up there and hold on to it?
Yep.
That's why it's not going to flip.
I mean, still might. Hopefully not.
Let's hope not.
do. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, stop, stop, stop. Okay, put down. Stop. All right, guys, well, we got it all loaded up. A little bit sketchy for just a second, but we're gonna check out what else she has, because I guess she's getting rid of just a bunch of stuff. And so since we're here, we might as well take a look at what else she's got. I'm gonna film this.
Oh, great. America's Home Funniest videos or
I like it.
YouTube bloopers?
YouTube, hopefully not bloopers.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's just part of the video.
Well, you could.
Under the cord. Half inch right here.
What do you want?
Now, make a loop back down.
Tie it around. With a bomb hoist and a horizontal mount at the back of the truck.
Did it flip over or did it work?
Still on the ground.
Perfect.
We're good.
All right. Do you need balance?
No, it's good.
Oh, it's not done until it's not done.
Until it's on the ground.
Got a little strut. Come up just a little more, Eric.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Go slow, James. Come on, go slow because it hits the tailgate. Keep going slow. Yep. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You're clear.
Right, I mean, that cab was, oh. And then we pulled the truck out from underneath it and put it in that door.
Yeah.
We're down. Good. All right, so now that it's all unloaded, we got kind of a calm day. I actually had a crazy night last night. I didn't get into the ranch till about 4 o'clock this morning. And I think it's noon now, so I had to get a little bit of sleep. But here it is in all her glory. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and start diving into this thing a little bit. What do you think about it?
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think we should put this thing to work?
Yeah.
Yeah? What's cool about it?
I mean, I do like this.
Yeah, that's pretty scary looking, huh?
Yeah.
A little bit rusty. Would you want to cut a steak with that?
And we'd probably get a new one.
Probably get a new blade.
Yeah, so our steak does not get rust on it.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, so we do have the slider table for it, which that goes right here. I guess we can go ahead and try and start getting all these straps off and starting to get this thing cleaned up. I'll tell you what, guys, that gantry crane, I just absolutely love that thing. We had to like mess around a little bit trying to figure out how to rig this thing up. I really need to get some better lifting straps, but I'm still super, super glad that I built that thing. Anyways, I need you to grab those 2x4s over there and stick them under the front so I can set the front of this down on it. Can you do that for me? All right, watch out. Coming down.
It's coming down.
There we go. That looks a little better.
Perfect.
Nice. So it has taken everything that I have inside of me right now to just not plug this in and see if it works. But I don't want to cause any damage that may be irreversible by doing so. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of inspect this thing a little bit. I really have hardly looked inside this thing. So I do know for sure now that it is a B16, which I was pretty sure it was just by looking at it. I know the B14s look awfully similar. And I think the main difference between the B14 and the B16 is the size of the throat or the opening or whatever you want to call this right here. From the back edge to where this, you can cut 16 inches. You guys can see we got 1 foot, almost 4 inches. So this should be called like a B15 and a half. But I'm assuming the B14 is just a little bit smaller. So this is the larger of the two, but it's looking pretty good. The first thing I notice is that we have a little scraper right here, which I'm assuming is to clean off this wheel from all the gristle and bone dust and meat dust that this thing accumulates while you're cutting beef. This is probably something that needs to be cleaned every time after you're done using it, I would imagine. But everything right here is looking pretty good. Well, everything's looking pretty good so far. It looks like they did grease it, so that's a good sign. There is a little bit of play. I'm not sure how well that's going to show up on camera. You guys can definitely hear it. I'm assuming that's pretty normal. I can't imagine that there would be like a whole lot of wear back and forth this way because it's rocking in between those two holders right there. This right here is what actually adjusts the tension on it. And that works nicely. You guys can see how the blade's loose already. Just crank this up. I'm not sure how tight it's supposed to be. You can still find the manuals for these things online. And you can even still get parts for these things, which is one of the reasons why I was like super trying to get one, because if something breaks on it, you can still get them, even with this thing being as much of a dinosaur as it is. We do have this right here, which slides back and forth, which you can tell it's been a minute since this thing has moved. That one's gonna take some work. So everything's looking pretty good as far as the pulleys down below goes. This one has 0 play in it. It's got that little flapper right here to clean this wheel. It's got 2 little plates that are spring loaded, that the springs appear to work on all 4, so that's a good sign. Let's keep everything nice and clean. We got this right here, which is also original, which has some pretty cool detailing in it. Everything seems to be operational on that, other than it's like rusted solid to this bar right here. I don't think that's gonna be a huge deal. I did see that you can get these online, but they don't have all the cool logo work on there anymore. So we're definitely gonna try and keep all of this. We'll try and kind of restore it as much as we can. I got 2 goals with this thing. One is obviously to get it operational, and then 2, over time. So I don't know about looking brand new, but I would like to fix it up, give it a little bit of a paint job, have it kind of be almost like semi-showpiece worthy. I just love these old machines. They look super cool, mega retro. And then as we come over here, this is where I think it got Frankensteined a little bit. You guys can see we have the, ooh, that's Black Widow web for sure. And keep my fingers out of there. We have the pulley right here that hooks down to the electric motor right there. And when I looked on the data plate out here on the front, it did say that it was originally a 3-phase motor. It's gonna be real hard to see. Let's see. Phase 3, 4.4 amps, 60 cycles. Looks like it says 230 volts. So originally it was a 3-phase motor. So they did swap it out with a 110 volt single phase motor, from what I can tell. That's definitely what this plug is looking like. I haven't actually like looked underneath, because to get to the motor's a little bit on the trickier side of things. You basically have to put the machine on its back, which I could do, but you guys can see we have this fancy piece of all thread right here with a bend. That's definitely some custom bracketry work. So that's the only little bit of Frankenstein work that's gone on here. Other than that, I think it's pretty much left untouched. Other than that, I think everything's good to go. So I'm not super afraid to burn up a 110 volt motor. I might actually even swap it over to a 220 just to give it some more oomph. But I guess this is the moment of truth. Let's go ahead and plug it in and see if it works. All right, guys, here we go. Just kidding. What do you think? It's gonna work?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, the motor's spinning. Something is seized up, that's for sure. So something is definitely seized up. I'm not sure what it is. It could be that right there. All right, that broke loose. Might be getting somewhere. Let's see. Hey! Something's a little stinky, but it works. Man, that thing's noisy. Probably put the covers on. Be safe. I want to try and cut something with it now. All right, guys. Well, I think we are off to a great start. I would love to work on this, but I don't really have any parts for it yet. I did just order some new blades for it this morning. We do need to go get some casters for the front, or just take off the back wheels and let it sit on the ground. Maybe find a permanent home for it. Haven't quite decided yet, but you guys, super, super awesome. I guess we can go ahead and try and free this up a little bit. See if we can get that to move. But the bones are good. I'm so excited right now. I honestly don't even know where this stuff came from. Tri-Flow. Just ended up on my shelf one day. I typically use Croil. I'm assuming it's something similar. We're gonna go ahead and just spray some on there. We'll let it do what it's supposed to. Ooh, that stuff's really rusty. So I think I'm gonna get some sandpaper and just start to clean this up a little bit.
Bringing out the big guns.
Yeah, this thing is rough. Well, guys, we suffered our first casualty. The piece I was trying to keep the most just broke. I was trying to be as gentle as I could with it, but golly, what a bummer. Man. This just got a little bit on the depressing side. Well, we're gonna keep moving forward. We're gonna go ahead and put the rolling table on here. I think it goes like this. Yeah, that's right. It goes this way. All right, so it has these little tabs down here that basically limit how far it can go. It hits one on that side, and then this one right here. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and rotate it back a little bit. Make it go that way. Okay. So then come back. It hits. So had I not broken the one piece that I was trying to preserve the most, basically what this thing does is you set it wherever you want it. Like let's say you want maybe like 1.5 inch steaks, you would set it right there. Slab your big old chunk of whatever you're cutting, let's say T-bones, put them on here. You basically just slide this thing back and forth. Just take your steak off. I guess you would set it over there. Bring it back, slide it forward again, cut another slice, set it over. Makes cutting beef super, super easy. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys why I'm so bummed out right now. I paid $250 for this entire unit, and they call it the thickness gauge. Here we are. Look, you guys can see it does not have the cool markings that this one does. Look at the price tag on this thing. $465. That's almost double what I paid for the entire thing. So I definitely need to try and figure out a way that I can, I don't know. I need to figure something out because that's just crazy. That's too much money. I do not feel like spending $465 on a new one of these. So we gotta see what I can do to maybe repair that. All right, well, I just got a phone with Mike. He's on his way over. He's gonna come let me know if he thinks that this is repairable or if I just committed the mother of all sins against Butcher Boys. Let's cross our fingers that we did not. I'm gonna go ahead and take a break from this. We're gonna go auger the last hole that we need for our mini cow pasture up front for our jerseys. You ready to go do that?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go. So we're getting really, really close to being 100% done all the way up here. We have cement posts set almost all the way around. We stopped right there. At one point, all of these matched up perfectly. We had them exactly where we wanted. And then we had a cow in here, we had some wind in here, and they basically knocked some of them over before I got to put some of the cement posts in, and it basically like rearranged everything. So now we have a little bit of a gap here, and we may not be perfectly square anymore, which I am a little bit bummed about. I probably could have gone about this a little bit different, but I think it's going to end up still being okay. You guys can see how that got kind of mangled right there from cattle being in there. I think it's going to be real close to lining up, but we need to go ahead and disassemble all this real quick, start hooking it back up to this and working our way back to that corner. All right, we got the master over here. He's looking this thing over. He's the one that found this gym.
It's tight, it's tight. The wheels are tight.
Dude, it looks sick, huh?
Yeah.
I love like the old school style, like it's actually engraved in there or cast in there.
Yeah.
Like this is, I feel like this is back when they took time to take pride in their workmanship.
I think that's a tensioner.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, for sure.
It's super easy to do.
Did you grease it?
I haven't.
Put my quiet down a little bit.
I think it's just a rusty blade.
Yeah.
Running on all this stuff. It's when I first started up, it was like rust dust everywhere.
You know, we had these like blocks where we just hold them on the side of them like that and run the blade, and it would just clean them up real good.
Okay, I'm sure. Well, everything's got to be food grade, so it's got to be
Yes.
like mineral oil, blah 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 blah, whatever. Yeah, this is the piece that broke.
And it goes.
So it goes right here.
Like that?
Yep, just like that.
Yeah, we can fix that.
Okay.
That'll fix.
Dude, I was so nervous when I was like, no! It was like, this is the one thing that I was like, this could break. I'm going to be trying to be careful with it. And then I broke it. Because it was super seized onto this rod. You can see where the two bushings.
It was just stuck to it, huh?
Yeah, you can see where those had been sitting. Because that was the only part that wasn't rusted.
Yeah. Oh, it's got those bushings in there.
Yeah, and so when I was trying to come out this way, it was getting stuck. So I sanded it all down pretty good, but it was still getting stuck on this center rusty part right here. And I could only go that far, so I was trying to like get it past that so I could clean that out. And then it broke off.
This one's coming too.
Yep,
Stainless steel, food grade.
that's all right.
All these tops are stainless, right?
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. You can get all the parts for this thing. It's got new, you can get new bearings. I mean, new everything. You can get new everything for this thing still.
It's got wheels.
It's missing the front ones. I'm thinking we'll probably just get it where it's gonna go, and then take the wheels off and let it sit it on the ground.
Oh, it's cool, man.
Dude, it needs a paint job, for sure.
Yeah.
I gotta make it look good.
No, but not.
It's just aluminum under here, right? Yeah, this is all aluminum too.
That's aluminum, but that's steel.
Steel, yeah.
This thing was heavy,
Is it?
heavy unit. I think I looked online, it's like 420 pounds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's heavy. I just was so bummed when it went bink and broke. I was like, no!
Got him.
Because it was, I mean, it was glued on there, and you had to get it off. I just did it the wrong way.
What are you gonna do? You know, I mean, when something seized like that, it's either penetrating oil or heat, you know, or torque.
Well, the problem was, like, I got it to slide back and forth. It was just the rust in the middle. It was getting trapped.
Oh.
It's got to come this way.
Oh,
See how it gets stuck on there?
Yeah. I'm trying to think, if you get inspected on this, will they say something about the paint?
Yeah, is there like
I think they're gonna say something if it's painted, man. But you could get all the paint off and then just like.
But it's been painted. It comes painted though.
Yeah,
But is it food grade paint?
but is it food grade today in today's standards? You know, I don't know. Usually, when you go into those places, even in the grocery stores, nothing's painted, man. You know what I mean? It's all.
Yeah, they're all gray. It's all like
Are they gray?
silver gray metallic paint.
Maybe there's food grade paint. I don't know.
That's some fine machinery.
Well, those are probably stud welded.
So basically, like, you set your on this table right here. Good job, James. Yeah, so let's say you want to cut 1.5 inch steaks.
Okay, got
You
it.
set that right there. You put your chunk of T-bones right here. Slide this back.
So that it could be a little wobbly on there. I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna be. I'm saying it could be. It's not like you're cutting metal.
No.
You know.
It's just like a very rough guide. Most of the work's being done with this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna turn out just fine, man.
Okay.
Just fine.
All right, well, Mike's gonna get taken off. As always, huge thanks to Mike. He's the man. He's gonna get it fixed. If it was steel, I would try and do it. But I've never played with aluminum. I don't pretend to know like I know what I'm doing because I don't. But anyways, thanks again, man.
All right, man.
We'll see you.
Talk to you soon.
So pretty bummed out that I broke this thing today, but looks like we're gonna be able to get it fixed without having to drop a fortune on buying a new piece. And hopefully we can keep the very old school lettering that was on the old existing depth gauge or whatever they called it again. But overall, I think $250 was well worth it. So I think once we get that piece fixed and we get this up and running a little bit better with the new blades on it and grease it how it's supposed to, get it cleaned up a little bit better, disinfected, I'm actually gonna run down to one of the, I'm gonna call them business executive Costco's or something like that. They sell beef in bulk in the big slabs and the big pieces. I'm gonna pick a couple of them up to like try and experiment a little bit, try and start learning how to actually cut beef before I ruin one of the ones that we raised. So I'm super excited for this. But let me know down in the comments below if you guys think 250 bucks was worth it, or if I just opened up another can of worms that I did not need to. Anyhow, thank you guys for taking the time to watch. If you could do me a huge solid like, subscribe, share this with your amigos, hit that notification button down below so you guys can continue to see progress on our endless endeavors of building this ranch, and we will see you guys next time. Later.